Hey guys, it's Ryan. In this video, I'm going to go over everything you need to know about Dollywood's 2026 season passes. We'll go over all the different types of passes, the differences between them, and I have a number of people that submitted questions. I'll be putting those questions up at the end. Maybe your question will be in that. So by the end of this video, you'll have a better idea of the different types of passes, what changed from last year to this year, and help you decide what's the best type of pass for you and your family. The first thing I want to point out is remind everyone these are season passes, not annual passes. I've ran into someone before and they were a little confused and upset that they thought that their pass would be good from a year from when they buy it. It's not an annual pass that renews every year, but rather it's seasonal. So in this video, we're focusing on that season that should begin sometime mid-March. And when you buy a pass early, sometimes they let you in on the previous season, which would be 2025. We'll go over those dates and much more in just a moment. So let's start out with pointing out that there are a lot of different passes. I'm going to be going over all of these passes. And again, hopefully by the end of this video, you'll know which one is best for you. And I also want to point out this frequently asked question from Dollywood's website, which basically says, can I upgrade if I realized I needed a higher tier pass? And they said yes. Within their payment plan, for example, they will still allow you to upgrade. So whether you get on their payment plan or just outright buy a pass, and then after the fact realize, you know what, actually I want to upgrade to this higher tier pass, they should allow you to do that. So don't worry if you get the wrong pass and think I want to go up a tier in some way. They should allow you to do that, with the exception of a diamond pass. Those will run out. I can't tell you exactly when they stop or the exact number they allot, but at some point you will go to look to get a diamond pass and they will no longer be available. I would say that they'll remain available into November and perhaps throughout December. I feel like, if I try to remember last year, they were still available at the beginning of the year. I can't remember exactly when they stopped selling diamond. If someone is watching this video and they know exactly what month they stopped in previous years, let me know down in the comments. I'm trying to look and remember. I didn't take a note. So they will, though, at some point stop selling diamonds. So just keep that in mind. Another thing I want to make sure you knew about is if you have a kiddo that was born in 2021 or 2022, you can go onto their Passholder area, fill out a little thing about them, and they will give you a pre-K imagination pass for the 2026 season. It's not a hard process to do, but just wanted to make sure you guys knew if you had kids or grandkids that are born in 2021 or 2022, you can get this free pass from Dollywood. And before we go through all of the different types of passes, I did want to go over the current cost of tickets at the time of recording. A one-day ticket to Dollywood is $92. You can get a 2-day ticket for $122 or a 3-day for $132. So just keep that in mind as you're looking at the prices of the passes. They will sometimes run specials on tickets. For example, this last summer, they had a deal with Chick-fil-A where you could get $10 off a ticket. So a one-day ticket was around $82. But there's no guarantee that there'll be any specials this next year. All I can tell you is this is the current pricing for a ticket to get into Dollywood. It's $92. This is the standard adult ticket price. They do have child, senior, and military discounts available, but just wanted to give you this as a reference. And a lot of people ask too, is there a way you could go into Dollywood, not ride any rides, and pay a lower price? Unfortunately, there's not. They don't have a way to designate anybody with a wristband or anything like that they're not riding rides, and thus they get a cheaper price to get in the park. This is where season passes become such a great benefit if you're going multiple times, different festivals throughout the year. If I were to try to go to every of the 4 or 5 festivals times $92 a ticket, it just makes sense to get a season pass. So the first season pass I wanted to talk about real quick is the Dollywood Summer Fun Pass. We've done a video about this particular pass when they introduced it last year, and I think it's okay. I just don't think it's worth it compared 2, just go ahead and getting a silver pass. This particular pass is only good during the summer, so if you just get the Dollywood version, it's only good from April 18th through September 13th, and that is for the Dollywood Summer Fun Pass for $125. It doesn't include any Bring a Friend tickets. It doesn't include parking or anything like that. So if you go into the park multiple times during the summer with this pass, you're gonna have to pay $25 every time you park, unless you're going in with someone that has a gold or diamond pass and they're the ones that are driving. So maybe a good option for kids or grandkids who are just going to be here for the summer. Let's look at the other main passes real quick. Starting out with the silver pass, it is $160. They do have child and senior pricing available. It's a little less. And with all of these prices that you see, this is going to be considered the renewal pricing, the lower pricing that's available through October 12th. I would anticipate, if you're watching this video after October 12th, or you don't currently have a pass and you're planning to get one come October 13th or thereafter, you might see about a $10 increase in these prices. That's what I noticed last year. The renewal pricing discount was about $10, give or take, each pass. And each one of these has a payment plan. The cost is the same whether you pay in full or pay it over time. But I'm not gonna go into the payment plan too much in detail on this video. Just know that that's available. You can pay a monthly over time. You can check out their website for more details. But again, here is the cost of their main 3 park passes. Let's break down the benefits of them real quick. So you can see on this pass benefit breakdown, they show you what dates you can come into the park in 2025 if you buy a 2026 pass. So for anyone who already has a pass right now, these dates would already apply to the type of pass that they have. However, if you have, for example, a silver pass and you are going to be blacked out after December 14th, if you upgrade from a silver to a gold or to a diamond, that would open you up for being in the park later into December. Whereas if you just have a silver right now, you would be blacked out from the later part of December, which it does get pretty busy. And then it goes on to list out the 2026 Dollywood visitation dates. With a silver pass, you can come between March 13th through December 13th. And again, the rest of December is blacked out. Whereas that gold and diamond, you're not gonna see blackout dates on those 2 passes. Again, we don't have the official Dollywood operating schedule for 2026 out yet at the time of recording, but I'm thinking the opening day might be March 13th, as that's the date they have listed here, and the last day of the season must be January 3rd based on this. This last season, the opening day was March 14th, so they try to keep expanding out the days that the park is open, so it looks like it might be opening another day sooner here in 2026. And if you get a silver, gold, or diamond pass, you'll be able to ride the new NightFlight Expedition a little bit early for when it officially opens to anybody that's in the park. So that's what they did with Big Bear Mountain. They had a couple preview days that you could come early, and you'd have a scheduled time to come in and get to ride it before, again, it officially opened up for everyone. And another big difference between these passes is the discount that you get on food and merchandise in the park. As I mentioned before, the Summer Fun Pass gets no form of discount. So if you're just getting that on your own, you're gonna have to pay for parking. You're not getting any type of discounts. It's just not a pass I'd recommend. I'd at least get a silver where you can get 10% off whenever you buy any food or merchandise in the park. But if you are a family, I would say that at least somebody have gold so you can bump up to 15% off any food and merchandise. Or if you're able to, at least one person get a diamond. That way you get 20% off. So if you're inside, you do go to one of the sit-down restaurants like Aunt Granny's or the Front Porch Cafe, you're able to get 20% off your bill, which that adds up. Or if you buy any merchandise, again, that starts to add up and cover the cost difference. Before we head over to the next screen, I just wanted to wrap up the blackout dates with the fact that they have a child, silver pass, and those are not supposed to have any type of blackout dates. So if you were a family that did get a gold or a diamond as the adults, that you could have, if you have kids under 10, that they could get that silver one, and you could still bring them later into December. On this next page, I just wanted to highlight you can get tickets for friends or family to come with you if you have one of these types of passes. The better pass you have, the greater discount you can get on tickets. And down here you can see you can get Dollywood Bring a Friend tickets if you have a gold or a diamond pass. They're treated just like a standard $92 ticket that I showed you before. So you could have a friend who's in town and you can bring one friend if you have a gold pass into Dollywood, or you could do that with two people if you have a diamond. They did split it up a little differently this year, which I'll show you here in just a second. Another benefit you get is a souvenir refillable mug. If you get a gold, you get an all season, more like a plastic cup that you can refill. The best one to get though is that diamond. You get a tumbler. It is a NightFlight Expedition purple one. And then you can get discounts on time saver, preferred parking. General parking is included with gold or diamonds. So if you are a family, I would highly recommend at least mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, whoever it is that you go to Dollywood with, one of them have at least a gold pass. So that way every time you're going, you're not paying for parking. They can scan in the vehicle and you can not have to pay for parking. Otherwise, it's $25. And another benefit that they're bringing back that's only valid for diamond passes is a monthly cinnamon bread voucher. It's only good for that particular month. You can't stack them up and wait for Christmas time and get, 5, 6, 7 at a time. It's only valid once a month. It's basically a digital version you can get on the Dollywood app, and you just scan it at the grist mill or the bakery and they hand you a cinnamon bread and you're on your way. You don't have to pay anything. There's no type of fee or tax. They just scan it, hand you the cinnamon bread, and you're on your way. But again, it's something that they're offering right now, and it might go away with the Diamond Pass once the Diamond Pass goes away. Not sure exactly when that is, but let's break down the difference between this last year versus this year. Right above me here, you can see the Summer Fun Pass actually went down $5. Last year, the pricing that I found, it was coming in at $130, so it's $125. That one actually went down $5. You can see the silver went from $149 to $159, so it did go up $10. And unfortunately, there are no Bring a Friend passes. Last year, it did include 2. Unfortunately, there's no Bring a Friend whatsoever if you get a silver. Now, when it comes to gold, that went up about $11, and you went from 2 Bring a Friends to now they offer you 1 Bring a Friend. So it went up a little bit. Unfortunately, the Bring a Friend benefit went down. And then when it comes to diamond passes, it looks like it went up only $7, and you went from 4 Bring a Friends to, you still get 4, but they specifically say 2 of those are for Dollywood and 2 of those are for Dollywood Splash Country. So again, I just wanted to break down the difference between this last year and this year as far as pricing. Slight increases, $10, $11, $7, and a little changes in Bring a Friend tickets. If this video is being helpful, by the way, in any way, do me a big favor, simply like the video. Take some time to go and find all this information and put these slides together. So if you're finding this video helpful, again, hit that thumbs up button. It's a great way to support our channel. All right, there's a breakdown on the difference between last year and this year. Let's answer the question, when's the best time to renew? And I would say as soon as possible. Again, here's a look at that NightFlight Expedition tumbler. And again, if you get a diamond, you get that cinnamon bread benefit every month. But again, I've seen a lot of people asking, when's the best time to renew to get the best deal? And I would say now is the best time. As soon as you're watching this video, they should offer you the best benefits on the front end. And here are a few dates I wanted to go real quick. Again, we are currently in renewal through October 12th. And then if you don't have a pass, you need to buy a brand new pass. That will become available as of October 13th and anytime thereafter. Also want to point out they have $5 Sevier County days. If you are a resident of Sevier County, you can get in for $5. They will treat that $5 if you go to upgrade that to a pass as a $92 ticket. I would anticipate they're going to do $5 Sevier County Days the first week of the Christmas festival is what they typically do. We don't know the exact dates. So for me as a Sevier County resident, if I didn't have a pass, that would be a great time to come into the park for $5. Again, they will treat that as $92 towards a season pass. That would be a great time and a great way to save some money. Another day to keep in mind is November 28th is Black Friday. I'm not saying wait till then to get your passes. We've already renewed our family passes. I don't think you're going to get a better deal than right now, but I'm just saying if you're watching this after October 13th into November, just keep that in mind that they might run some special come Black Friday on November 28th or Cyber Monday. The last few years weren't that great, but in years past, they actually have had some pretty good deals that we took advantage of as far as like add-ons, the dining plan and things like that. Dollywood, if you're watching, add the dining plan. We love the dining plan. We would love a Black Friday deal on the dining plan add-on. And based on the dates that they listed out, I would anticipate opening day should be March 13th, 2026. And when it comes to Splash Country, the first date that they list on the pass that you can use is May 16th. So just some dates to keep in mind. All right, now it's time to get to your questions. I put on our Facebook page, let me know what questions you have. And Leslie said, do you think they'll offer more incentives with the Diamond Pass later? And I would say no. I don't think you're gonna see more added. I think you'll see things taken away over time. Because again, that Diamond Pass will eventually disappear and the price, I believe, will go up from what we're seeing right now. She goes on to say, I purchased it for my family of 5, as it's cheaper to use the Bring a Friend passes to get them. But now with it being 2 for Dollywood and 2 for Splash, it's really got me questioning renewing it all. So yeah, she's referring to what I was talking about before. If you got a Diamond Pass this last season, you would get 4 Bring a Friend tickets and they would let you use them at Dollywood or at Splash Country. It didn't matter. Now they're saying 2 for Dollywood and 2 for Splash. But to go back to Leslie's original question of will they be adding more, and I don't think they will. You might see just a special on an add-on that you can purchase, let's say Black Friday or Cyber Monday, but I think this is the benefits that you're gonna get are maxed out right now. John Jones asked, will they run out of tumblers or do they allocate a tumbler for every Diamond Pass sold? If they do run out, when does that usually happen? I don't want to miss out on this cup. So like I was saying before, I can't remember when Diamond Passes stopped being sold this past season. If you're able to go ahead and get it or set up the payment plan, I would get it to guarantee you're able to get this new tumbler. You're able to get the cinnamon bread and all the benefits that come with a diamond. Again, you don't have to get a diamond. You can still have a good time with a gold. But to answer your question, yes, if you're seeing that they are advertising that you get this tumbler, you should get it. But to answer your question, John, yes, you should be able to get this tumbler if when you are purchasing a Diamond Pass, if it's still available and it lists that you get this tumbler as a Diamond Pass holder, then you should be able to get one. Paul and Emery jumped in and said, I'm a tad confused on if my son, who's 9, will be able to use the Silver Pass without any restriction since he turns 10 in March. Big thanks to Danny jumping in and saying, yes, it goes by the age at the time of purchase. So this is just a scenario where, again, it would benefit someone to renew early, to get in under that renewal pricing. And if they are having a birthday later on, if you wait past that birthday, they might jump up to the adult tier Silver Pass versus that child one, which would not have blackouts. Alicia jumped in and said, I can't decide between gold or diamond and which one is better fit for me. I'll be going about 2 to 4 times next year. I'll mostly be going solo, so bring a friends aren't really needed, but that tumbler is looking pretty good. Timothy chimed in and says, is it $100 good though? And Colt says, honestly it is, because you get free fountain drinks, frozen drinks, hot drinks, cold drinks, not to mention you get a loaf of cinnamon bread a month as well, plus you throw in the 20% discount. It's well worth it. So this is something that we actually were debating in our house. We love going to the water park as a family. It's very relaxing, so we definitely wanted the kids to have not only Dollywood, but Dollywood Splash Country as well. So we're debating, do we save some money and just get the kids 2 park gold passes. So that's $290 versus $355. Basically a $65 difference, but we broke it down and realized between a 2 park gold and a diamond is we actually get 2 more Bring a Friend tickets. You get a 5% discount, but it doesn't really matter because if you're with a spouse or they are going to be with us, and I'm probably the one paying for whatever food we're buying, so it doesn't really matter that much. But they would end up with that better drink cup. Again, they can use that for hot chocolate, for ices, for a number of different drinks. And if we went ahead and got them the diamond for $65 more, they would also get monthly cinnamon bread, which they have been enjoying going with their friends, and they always want to use the cinnamon bread and share it with all their friends. So we felt like the extra $65 was worth it between these 2 particular passes. The next question came in from Megan asking, is this cup only if you renew your current diamond pass before October 12th? And my answer to that would be yes. This is the cup you will get if you renew your pass between now and October 12th, whether that's you have an existing diamond and you just renew it for the next season, or if you upgrade from a silver or gold to a diamond, this is the cup you'll get. When it comes to after that, I'm fairly certain those will continue to be available come October 13th. I would anticipate you could still get this cup thereafter as long as they have diamond passes available, would be my guess. That's the way it was this last season, because the question goes on to say, do we get these when the 2026 season starts? This last season, the similar cups to this became available much earlier. It was, I want to say, November that you could go and pick up your next season cup way earlier. So that might be the case that you could get this later into October, sometime into November, maybe December. That's very well possible, but if nothing else, you should be able to get it when the park opens March 13th. And Christy asked, if you buy a pass now for 2026, can it be used for the rest of this year too? And the answer to that is yes. You can see the dates up above. So if you don't currently have a pass, come October 13th, they opened up that anyone can buy a pass. These are the dates that you could use your 2026 pass in 2025. It's a little more restricted if you buy a silver pass, but you would be able to go right into the park for the rest of this season if you buy a 2026 pass when those become available. Tasha asks, is it common for people to mix different passes? My husband and I both have diamond, but I don't feel like it's necessary that we really need it. We use the same cup, ride together, so parking is free. And I would say yes, absolutely. You can mix and match between a family. As I have said before, mom or dad have a gold or diamond, so parking is free. But the kids could all have silver. That's perfectly fine. And with Tasha's question, I also broke down the difference between a standard gold and a diamond, which again, I did a breakdown with a 2-part gold because we do want to be able to utilize Splash Country as a family. So a standard gold wasn't an option. Again, the Diamond Pass gives you access to both Dollywood and Dollywood Splash Country, whereas the standard Gold Pass is only good for Dollywood. So if Tasha, for example, is not going to the water park, one could get a diamond, get the 20%, and the other could have a gold, and you could save $120 in that situation. Next, Blaine asks, for military discount, my husband is a veteran. Can we get the discount on all memberships for our family? So when you go to Dollywood's website, they do list out the military discount. They said that U.S. active or retired military veterans, military reservists, spouses, and dependents who are current pass holders can renew their passes at a special discount with an online verification using ID.me. So again, that applies to renewals. And come October 13th, if you don't have a pass, they will have a military discount. Works in the same way. You verify with ID.me and they do have that available. And if you're not interested in doing Dollywood at all, you just want to get a water park pass, you can do that. I put the ticket cost from this last season up above for a regular ticket coming in at $55. Children 4 to 9 are $45. So if you are wanting to go to the water park multiple times and only the water park, you can get a Splash Country pass for $94.99. That does include one Bring a Friend ticket, so that's an option for you. And you also see an option to add on the Splash Country dining pass. It's only good at Splash Country when that opens up in May. And if you decide to pay $65 for that dining pass, it enables you to get one meal item and one snack for every visit, every day you go into Dollywood Splash Country. We really enjoy going to Splash Country. We have used this dining pass for the last few years. It becomes very nice with kids that we can go in and they can pick out a meal and a snack, be it an ice cream or whatever they want to pick for the day. So we go quite often. So this makes sense to us. We do add this on, but if you're only going once, twice, I wouldn't get it. If you are planning to go to Splash Country a lot, then it might make sense for you to add this on. It's not something I would say you have to add on right now. You could wait till your first visit to Splash Country, which could be, June 1st, June 15th, whenever that is. And you could show up that day and say, yeah, I think we'll be going 3, 4, 5 plus times this season. And you could add it on when you walk into the park. You can go up to the ticket booth and say, hey, I'd like to purchase 1, 2, 3, 4 dining passes to add on to our plan. And that's what I would do if you're not sure about using this. Again, we have a video going over this particular dining plan to help you decide if it's something you want to add on, how it works, and more details. But that's going to wrap up this video checking out the Dollywood 2026 season passes. I put a lot of time into making some of these graphics and these slides. So if you found this video helpful or enjoyable, just do us a big favor. Simply like this video. It's a great way to support our channel. If there are any other questions you have that this video did not answer, feel free to ask them down in the comment section. Perhaps somebody has already asked your question, but we're excited for the new season at Dollywood and the new NightFlight Expedition ride, which you can check out the video that we made about it right up here. And again, feel free to ask any questions down in the comments. Otherwise, thanks so much for watching. Until next time, we'll see you on the next adventure. Bye.